Giants come to bat, bottom half of the third inning, game 4 of this National League Division Series. And the Giants a 4-0 lead over Tom Glavine. Over the mound for called charges. Plenty of time. One away.
We haven't seen the Homer Hanky had to come out of mothballs from a decade ago.
1991 last time we saw it. That one bounces up there to David Bell, who singled and scored in the 2-run second.
I'm going to have some of those Minnesota fans mad at me because I know there's a core group of outstanding Minnesota fans that have hung in with that team through the lean times. But I guess I just wasn't one of them. What are you going to shoot me? They're a darn good team now, though, and have been for a few years. Boy, that's an organization that built from within and continued to let their team get better and better while playing together at the major league level.
Three and one on David Bell. Full count.
That's discipline right there, Tommy. David Bell's done a great job of hitting against Tom Glavine so far in this series. You got a 3-1 pitch. You think you might come out of your shoes and really juice one. He sees one just off the outside corner of the plate for a strike, actually, and he takes it.
Ball 4 in. One on and one out for Livan Hernandez, who put down a sacrifice his first time up. You know, getting back to David Bell, I mean, you know, see, Tim McCarver and I talked about this a great deal yesterday. You and I have been talking about it all year long. That is a guy who just understands what in the world is going on in the game of baseball. And so many guys, you say, what are they thinking about? And I'm not sitting here saying, you know, that I could go do it, because there's no chance that could ever happen. But, I mean, a moment ago, Reggie Sanders is a perfect example, and it's not picking on him. But the pitcher had just walked the two guys in front of him. You've got the bases loaded, and your first pitch hacking on a ball you can't do anything with.
And against a guy who's a finesse pitcher, so you know you're going to get something around the plate to swing at quite a few times in that at-bat.
And you make a great point. I mean, it's 3-1 to Bell, and he knows he can't do damage on that 3-1 pitch. So, borderline strike, take it, get another pitch. Rather than grounding out to the second baseman on a bad ball, he draws a walk.
Well, he comes by it naturally. 3 generations of big league ball players in his family.
And now he'll be standing on second base with a chance to score a run. Hernandez lays down the bunt.
And that's another guy who gets it.
4-0 ball game.
See, here's
ball one low.
Here's what I don't get, Tommy. You see where Castillo is playing in at third base, way in here on the grass. He should be bag level back here if you think that Lofton's going to bunt at all. I just don't believe Lofton's going to bunt the ball with a guy on second base. That's where even a guy who can bunt tries to drive the guy in. You don't drive him in with a bunt.
Hacking away. And now 1-1 to Lofton. And they really overplay him in the outfield, as well as Castillo playing in on the grass.
Got 2 outs. Boy, I did that one time in my rookie year. I bunted with 2 outs and a guy on second base, and my manager, John McNamara, said, "What are you doing? Drive the guy in."
2-1.
Swing the bat. This isn't little league. This is big leagues.
Runner at second, 2 away. Giants already in front of Tom Glavine. 4-0. We're in the third. 3-1.
A lot of pitches for Tommy Glavine today. A lot of guys going deep into the count. One of the most patient ball clubs you're ever going to see is this Giant team.
62nd pitch, and Lofton fouled it back out of play. Now there's a count where Bell had a moment ago. Lofton there, but it was a pitch that he could hit.
Right.
And he took a good cut at it and fouled it back.
Can't be sad about that. Lofton's maybe a little upset that he didn't hit the pitch that he really wanted. He might see a little tougher one now, but now you're into a little bit more of a defensive mode. Put the ball in play somehow.
Grabowski again getting loose in the Atlanta pen. Bouncing ball up the middle. Cut off by Lockhart. He'll never throw out Lofton, but by getting to the ball, he keeps David Bell from scoring. Infield hit for Lofton. Well, rather than bringing on the right-hander Grabowski to face a right-handed batting Rich Aurilia, Bobby Cox going to stay with Tom Glavine. Aurilia 2 for 2 in the game. One a broken bat hit to knock in a run. Strike one.
And right here, Tommy, I don't know that I'd be all that aggressive with Kenny Lofton out there. I think I'd let Aurilia swing the bat. Hit the ball very well in this series against Tom Glavine. Even though the last base hit he had was a jam shot, broken bat. He's done a nice job of driving the ball against Glavine in this series.
Came in on Aurilia there. And he rolls it foul. 0-2. Glavine, an 18-game winner during the regular season with an ERA of under 3. But like Greg Maddux, who we talked about yesterday, he has been up and down in the playoffs as far as wins and losses. By and large, he's done a solid job in preventing runs, but his team hadn't scored many. And the same story again here tonight.
I really think that the greatest determination of what a pitcher does for you is his ERA rather than his win-loss record. I like a guy that can pile up wins for you, but like you said, Glavine has done a nice job pitching in the postseason over these last 10 seasons, 11 seasons. Sometimes you're not going to get the win if your team doesn't score runs.
Good block on that pitch in the dirt by Lopez. And 1-2 on Aurilia. Kevin Millwood, if we go to game 5, would get the ball tomorrow night.
Watch the technique there by Lopez. Almost snuck under his glove there. Good thing he kept it down.
One, two. Count even. Two on, two out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the air. Deep left field. Back to the wall as Chipper Jones goodbye. Pitching change made by Bobby Cox after the 3-run home run a moment ago by Rich Aurilia to make it 7-0. Kevin Grabowski comes on from the bullpen. Aurilia, his 2nd home run of the series. He's knocked in 4 in the game tonight, giving him 7 RBIs.
Boy, what a difference health makes for you. A lot of people talking about Rich Aurilia couldn't duplicate the numbers of last year when he had 37 bombs. Boy, that's a pretty picture, isn't it? Your home fans going crazy when you bang out a 3-run Johnson there. Aurilia had the surgery to remove bone chips from his elbow. He said it didn't bother him when he was throwing the ball, but he could no longer extend through the hitting zone like he had in previous years. Here's a guy that led all National League shortstops in RBIs and home runs for the last 3 seasons. Feels good now, though.
2-2 to Kent. Look at the numbers. The last couple of innings after Glavine had gotten 2 men out. And a bullet off the body of Paul in the center field.
That's a base hit.
Oh, yeah.
When you hit a ball so hard that the guy can't catch it, even though he's right in front of it, it almost knocked little Rafi into left field. He wanted to get out of the way of it. He doesn't have time.
Front four in the order pretty good here tonight for the Giants. Lofton 2 of 3 has scored twice. Aurilia 3 for 3, scored 3 times, knocked in 4. Kent on base for the 3rd straight time. And now Bonds, who knocked in a run with a sac fly in the opening inning, intentionally walked in the second. And they're going to pitch to him. And he pops it up. Chipper Jones coming on, and that will end the inning. But damage done again. A 3-run blast off the bat of Rich Aurilia. The Giants want to send it back to Atlanta tomorrow night.